And the Russia problem has created a further problem. The Taiwan and China problem can create a further problem because both are major coal producing and using countries.
Yeah.
So without capacity for coal being increased and without renewables being able to make up, the power demand is going to go up. Gas is unaffordable. Renewables and others can't do it. Nuclear, everybody cannot have. So you will fall back on coal, and there is no coal to supply. You have one La Nina condition, and you lose 20, 30 million tons of production. And then PLN will say, listen, I don't have coal. The whole country will go dark, so don't export. We'll put an export ban. Just give me. Hell with the world. Now, though that is the scenario that you see, not just for 5 years. One sees it for the next 10 years, one sees it for the next 20 years, one sees it for the next 30 years. So why has Australia said no to COP26? Why has India put an objection? Why has China put an objection? Why has Russia put an objection? There must be a reason. Why is the US doing an about turn? They're all doing it for energy security because there's no alternative.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that while a move to clean energy is definitely a desirable move, it must happen. Besides, these resources are finite. One day, oil, gas, coal will disappear.
Yeah.
But until that happens, you've got to find a replacement, which is equally cost effective. Right?
Yes.
Cost is important as well. I mean, you just can't keep... if the gas price remains where it is, it is still economic to use coal even at $500 per ton.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Now the issue is, now those are the realities. So the authorities, whether it is UNCC, whether it is all the institution and funds, whether it is banks, even local banks, need to be realistic, which is... Indonesia has an advantage because they produce 600 million tons of coal and consume only 130, 140. But what will happen as a result? That if you use all the coal for domestic, there'll be nothing for export. So what do you think is going to happen to the rest of the world? The coal prices can hit 700, 600, 800, 1,000.
Yeah.
Then it becomes more economic to mine even the more uneconomic mines today.
Yeah. That's why for supply.
But that's the reality. Unless, and you read the Chevron article today, I sent you.
Okay.
Basically, the CEO has said that Europe is in a mess because of their faulty green policy.
Okay. Yeah. So if I concluding this, coal cannot be replaced that easily within 10 to 20 years ahead. And
see, there's no capacity increase. Whatever little you are producing, people will try and optimize and stretch it as long as they can. But what they need to do is to look at ways on how to prolong the life of coal.
Yeah.
Because Indonesia has a lot of coal. They got 200 years. The way to do it is to look at ways on technology, which is how do you burn coal cleaner? Japan does that. Other countries are doing that. I think even Turkey was doing that. The second one is the problem in coal burn, even after you take out the impurities, is carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
Now, carbon dioxide is also good for the environment and for plants and all that. It's not that it's completely bad. It's not like methane, which is 100 times worse that you get from gas. But basically, you can look at carbon capture, utilization, and storage technologies. So when you're burning the coal, and this is not by Bumi hardly burns any coal. It is actually electric companies, power companies, who need to invest in carbon capture, utilization, storage, and cleaner burn technology. And they can learn this from Europe. The technology, they can even get it from Japan because it's being tested right now.
Yeah.
And if you're able to prolong the life of coal, then Indonesia is energy secure. Yes,
Yeah.
you can pursue renewables, you can pursue cleaner options, and you can coexist with whatever limited oil and gas you have. And until coal lasts.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's really makes sense. So, as we know that about the euphoria, I think we need to be more realistic about the condition that the green energy is not big enough, it's not fast
No,
enough.
green energy is desirable,
Yeah, desirable.
but it'll take its time
Yes, takes.
to reach the volume, size, and economics
Yeah.
of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels have far too many applications. You can't, I mean, it'll impact everybody.
Okay. So, as you diverse to non-coal, uh, is there any position that you are after the coal diversification? Like I said, maybe you are focusing on the solar panel more, or you are focusing on the.
You see, we don't want to be speculative on the issue,
Okay.
right? We will announce projects as and when we are certain about their attractiveness, and we are certain we are going to go ahead, and we've got the strategic partner in place. We have the project funding in place. But
Okay.
like I said before, we've already announced a coal downstream project into methanol at KPC in Bangalore.
Yeah.
That's a 1.8 million ton per annum facility, and that can replace dependence on importing oil in whatever limited way. The second one that we are doing for the coal sector in our coal mines really is looking at electrification of our mobile equipment which uses diesel.
So you
The
also.
third one is on reclaimed land. We are trying to see if we can put solar panels there and produce electricity. And the
Okay.
second one, and in the related area, we also produce about maybe 50 megawatts of power for captive use. We can combine that with solar energy and offer hybrids, into the grid or into the kampungs.
I see.
The last one is that we are also looking at biofuels as an additive to diesel, so we can reduce the usage of diesel.
Okay.
Now, all these measures we are taking, or we are looking at. We might consider a second alternative for coal downstream in Arutmi, because they are very much part of the conditions of the new IUPK. Then we are looking at the metals and resource space, where we can do an integrated project, which means from power to the ultimate finished metal. So we are examining that with the help of strategic partners. Then we are looking at the blue and green energy space. Now, whether it's hydrogen, whether it's something else, we are looking at it.
Okay, so this strategic partner have a lot of plan for Bumi ahead, yeah?
No, I'm not talking strategic partner. I'm talking Bumi.
I see.
I mean, this is something that Bumi has to do, and Bumi has been doing. There is no change in the strategic focus of Bumi.
Okay. So last but not
controlling shareholder, etc., whatever we've got as investor has helped us become debt-free. And I'm sure they can add value in our thought processes on what is right for the company. But the strategic shift towards diversification, there'll be no change in that. In fact, it will get strengthened.
Okay, Pak.
We may even strengthen our management and all that. We welcome. We already have CIC there. We have lenders there. If there are no lenders, do we need them there? I mean, that's the kind of thing. So.
Okay, last but not least, one last question, Pak. Is there any KPI, Pak, from the shareholder, Pak, from the PSP, pemegang saham pengendali, about the...
What is your KPI from Bumi? Why should it be any different to your KPI?
Just maybe they have something to say about the market cap or something. Maybe they
market cap is up to you people. How can we influence market cap? The market cap was, hold on, the market cap was 1.9 trillion rupiah about 2-3 years ago. Today it is 23-24 trillion.
Yeah.
After the NPR, it can become 50 trillion. The rest rides on sentiment. Now,
Yeah.
whether it's 50, whether it becomes 100, whether it depends whether the share price goes down back to 50 or it goes up to 600. If you go to 600, you will have crossed Bayan. If you cross 330, you would have crossed Adaro. And that's not unrealistic. But
Yeah.
that is what will drive sentiment, and that will depend upon our efficiency in displaying the bottom line, in
Yeah.
improving profit, demonstrating that what we are saying, is being delivered. Right? We are reducing our negative retained earnings and moving towards dividends.
Yeah.
Now, those are the kind of things that will drive the market. But without debt, you're saving $200 million a year of interest.
Yes. That's
So compared with the previous year, you're adding 200 million to the bottom line anyway.
Yeah.
And if the coal prices sustain, and if the rain gods are kind, and we hope that your rain stoppers in Indonesia can help us there in our coal mines, the people who come and pray. Now, if we don't have rains when we are mining, we can do a lot more.
Yeah.
We can definitely get an extra $1 billion of revenue.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So it's a very interesting 45 minutes with you, and I think a lot of investors here have a lot of insight from you about the Bumi itself, about the future of the Bumi, and how Bumi react with the global change, about the ESG. I think you got sent a big message here, and yeah, thank you for your time. And
not at all, Bernard, not at all. I appreciate the initiative in inviting us. Now, we have not done that for many years. So we are happy that rather than we telling investors we want to meet you, you are taking the initiative saying, please meet our clients.
Thank you, Pak. And please.
And we value your interest, we value your support. But I want you to know that it's a generational change that is happening in Bumi.
Yeah.
We had Tata Power in 2007. We had CIC in 2012 and 13. And we even experimented with Rothschild, which didn't work in the UK. And now we have a very high quality, very credible name.
Yeah.
And we are thankful to our controlling shareholder, Bakri, for making this happen, because without them, I don't think it would have been possible to take the corporate action that we have done today. And we would be running the risk of a default on the 11th of December if we don't do it. This way, we can be debt-free even on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yes.
Now, you can imagine what is the downside of a default. It means the share price would go down to 50.
I agree with that. So I'm happy that you got the quorum on the last RUPS.
Thank you for your support. Actually, we had a fair number of shareholders who came.
Thank you,
and we got a lot of support, and we were able to start the meeting on time, and it was very efficiently run. And we held a conference with the press, and we were able to exchange our views at that point of time. And we will continue doing this more and more.
Yes. I think you will start a new Bumi ahead, and more communication.
Yeah, we just need your support and understanding. You just continue what you're doing, Bernard.
Okay, thank you, Pak Dilip.